Hmm. Good evening, everybody. This is our Speed Gaming Live 2024 upper bracket match between WindFox470 and the Duckling Don himself, Serisangg. I am DM Stewart 1981. Alongside me in the booth is Theonar. How we doing tonight?
I'm doing good, doing good. How about yourself?
It's been a week. It has been a week. I did pronounce that correctly, right?
Yeah, you did.
Good. Um, so tell us about our flags.
Well, our flags tonight are based off of the old 2023 multiverse flags. So we're starting with a forced promoted party. In addition to that, there's two blessings, one of which is your regular plus int plus strength type blessing, and another is they start with a key item. This is duplicated by something out in the field. So, for example, our fighter starts with the TNT. They could also find that as part of a fetch quest or in an incentive chest, so that's a walk. Scaling, fairly standard. Incentive locations, nothing special. They do have the Ryukon docks on, so once they find the floater and get out of the inner sea, they can just zoom. Don't need the canoe. Standard break 4 fiends, go punch Topher. There is an interesting new set of blessings now that have been added with the newest rev of the randomizer. And for mages that can learn spells, some of them get flagged to increase their statistics. So, for example, in this particular blessing set, the black mage, if they find one, if it learns slow, it gets a bonus to its absorb stat.
That's
Handy.
pretty cool. So our four key items that our players are going to start with are the TNT, the Oxyale, the Crown, and the Cube. That fighter's got resist time, fire, and lightning. That thief is going to give you an extra 4k gold. That black belt master is going to start with an extra 40 HP, and that red mage gets temper at a level 8 slot.
So that red mage is going to have 2 tempers to throw at anything that's given him trouble early.
Yep.
And side note, something I should probably mention: they're starting at level 10, and they're off.
We are off. Let's see what we find in level 1. That's going to be life, cure 4, and heal 3 at level 1. And fast as well.
Oh, wow. Level 1 is stacked tonight.
That is actually a little unfortunate.
Yeah.
Given that you can only get 3. And Cube is going to be in Sea Shrine, it looked like?
That's what it looked like. Nothing in the weapon shop worth picking up, but who's surprised it's Corneria weapons. Iron Armor's vanilla, so that's something. Yeah.
I mean, Woodchucks is not a bad thing to find. Woodchucks +1.
Ooh, and that's a quick fight off of the hard reset.
Which, given that you have a punch mage, actually seems like there is a potential for a desert grind.
Absolutely, and as we see on Saracen's side, another fun percent flag, the Derp Map flag, which gives googly eyes to the Temple of Fiends.
I haven't noticed that fun percent flag. That sounds like a flag I would enjoy too.
Yep, it's another example of somebody made a joke in a chat and the dev said, "Yeah, I can do that. Here you go." And we get the slab out of the king and the bottle out of Sarah.
Yeah. Cheap houses.
wow, this is going to be quite the easy seed. I say now, with cheap houses, knowing what happens when you have cheap houses, there's always something to make you need it.
Yeah. But sometimes the something to make you need it is a desert grind.
That's true.
With an encounter, what, 3 steps off the hard reset?
Yeah, it's real quick.
That's...
And creeps with light too. That, ooh. Almost took out WindFox's ninja there.
That 2 creeps. Okay. I mean, it could be worse. It could be worse. It could be the infamous ambushing nuke spiders.
It could be, or it could be any of Oslodo's wolf packs.
That's true.
There's Lightning 3 at level 2 black. Vicky gave
and we have moved.
Like.
We have our moved Provoca shops.
Yep, the shuffled shops is something that I unfortunately forget is not a common thing. I'm so used to seeing it. And the Elf
Prince has the key. We like to know where the key is.
Harm 3 at level 2 is great to see if you have a white mage. The improved harm flag is on, but only for white mages. Sorry, red mage, nothing for you.
Well, red mage gets actual attack magic, so...
Yeah.
The entire reason that improved harm flag exists is because white mages don't really get other attack magic.
True, white mages do need the help. And now everybody's heading over towards dwarves and the way to Elfland. Are they going to stop to turn in that TNT, or because they know where the key is, wait until they have the key to come back? Nope, Serisang's diving right in, grabbing the 2 chests, getting Iron Arbor and the Mage Stick. Good find.
Mage Stick's a good find. He is going to turn in that TNT, it looks like.
Well, you're here, you might as well. It's a key item, and the seeds... You never know when you're going to be back this way. It's the ship, so... That tells us something. The Inner Sea was the TNT, so there's an incentive that's going to be a womp that isn't the prince.
Well, and that's also a really good thing to find early.
Oh, absolutely. The sooner you find the ship, the faster the seed just blows open. WindFox snubbing the Hooray Dwarf. Run is invalid.
Oh. You give the people what they want, and the people want Hooray Dwarf.
They do. Now, do you free the Hooray Dwarf from his one-word hell, or do you just cheer him on?
I cheer on Hooray Dwarf.
Oh, and it looks like Elfland has been attacked by the vampire.
Elfland is vampire attacked.
And Astos had the adamant.
Fade at level 3.
And learnable by that night. That is big.
And that is the herb.
And a black mage, it looks like.
Yes, that was a black mage.
Yep. So the black mage, had they picked it up, would have given them the slab, which they already have, and has the ability to learn slow and become more defensive.
But more importantly, that herb, which leads to that key, which I believe leads to incentive in Corneria Castle? Question mark.
Yep, Corneria Castle is still incentivized. The Elves Closet is not. Neither is Marsh Locked. On the other hand, you could find a ribbon in the Elf Closet
Yeah,
anyway.
you could
to
just
spite me.
and a Thor hammer.
And now WindFox going to fight the kindly old king. Get his quest chain rolling while Serisangg picks up their magic.
Do you want to have a fetch quest?
Does it have to be a fetch quest?
Yes, unfortunately it does, because this is FF1.
Okay, bye. Oh. And
Yes, XP and gold scale with orbs.
I believe it's 50% bonus per orb.
That seems about right.
Where is the floater? I'm going to pass my bet. Floater is in... I'm going to say the floater's vanilla. Just to mess with their heads.
Well, I mean, if you have warp, that's not really that bad. It's not really that bad to get it.
True, but it turns out it's in Corneria Castle.
Turns out it's Corneria Castle. So now you need canoe or floater. Or I'm sorry, canoe or canal. Oh wait, they have the canoe.
Yeah, they have the canoe. The canoe was out of Biggie. So
Serisangg providing a great example of encounter manipulation.
Yep, and just knowledge of the map with that little side path to the Ryukon Desert. As
He goes straight to turn in that bottle.
And Sarda the Sage has the defense sword.
Well, that's something I'm definitely picking up. And that's a loot.
Yep.
Serisangg showing off another fun percent flag. That fun percent flag being multi-instrumentalist Sarah.
I love changing the names of things. It always makes me think for a moment. Which is something that really needs to happen when you're running these kind of races. And Nuke at level 6. And Saber at level 6.
And confused old men.
And the one holding the canal walked up to the entrance to, here you go, you don't need to come back here, just take your thing and go. And the Masa is in Sky.
And it's -1.
Still a Masa.
It is still a Masa.
If they don't find the X-Cal, the X-Cal's not incentivized. If they don't get to the Vorpal, and they don't find a Katana, they know where a Masa is.
Well, but if you have a Masa, even a Masa -1, that's better than a Vorpal. A wet noodle is better than a Vorpal.
I don't hate on the Vorpal. I like things that have high crit rates when I have somebody that can swing 1,000 times.
Actually, let me rephrase that. The Vorpal is a wet noodle. There's life 2 at level 5.
And lock 2 at level 5 black. The blacksmith has the herb. Good to know. Thank you, Hint Giver. Truly, you are the voice of a generation. Meridian pointing out in chat, the Vorpal does indeed go Snicker Snack. And our Restreaver Thavian Hawk pointing out that Life and Life 2 are both enabled in battle, so picking those up, good idea.
And Serisangg going directly to Lefane, not passing go, and not collecting 200 gold pieces.
It's a good plan. It's early. You've got the slab. Go turn it in. Get the key item. While you're there, load up on all your magic.
While you're there, check the superstore.
And he's going to check the Hint Giver. West tells us the floater is in Corneria.
Thank you, Hint Giver, for that information that we did not already have.
And it's the white shirt. Not caring about the superstore. Just the key item and go.
I don't know that Serisangg has the money for the superstore. Going directly to Ice Cave, though.
Ice before robot, ice before volcano.
I like doing Ice Cave, but...
Yeah.
And yes, Elmarkin in chat is almost certainly correct. Fading on rack until you know you can kill Kraken.
Yeah, that would be the smart play.
Minimize how much you have to double dip.
And white dragons have poison touch. Love it.
You'll love to see it. And yes, the earlier Hint Giver did say cube from Sea Shrine.
And Sarah's
There's a seafood party pack in the drop down.
Yes, there is. It is very chewy, probably. Saracen finding a silver hat in the house, and whiz mummies and jerkbirds.
Getting a ribbon.
An incentive ribbon.
I mean, you never object to finding a ribbon.
Never. Not even. Best armor in the game.
I don't believe I've ever been unhappy to find a ribbon.
And they're really not opening many boxes. So I'm betting that they're looking for a grind. Going down into Marsh. Not a bad idea. Marsh is still incentivized, just not Marsh locked.
You know, the bad thing with Ice Cave and Marsh Cave is something in there has rolled nasty.
Oh.
Because there's too many things, there's too many different enemies in there. So you're going to run into something that rolled bad.
Yep, and so many of them appear not only here, but also later.
Like in Earth Cave.
Or in Topher. Or in Sky.
Yeah. Saracen doing just the middle part of Tetris Z, it looks like.
Yep. And WindFox finding out the herb comes from the blacksmith. Thank you, Hit Giver. And Marsh had TNT.
It's dynamite.
So that dive really blew up in Saracen's face. Where will you go? And now it looks like he's heading to check the...
He's headed to check... yeah.
Finds the no shop item there. So it's in on rack? Question mark? And while he's here, going to go check waterfall. Makes sense. I'm waiting for the chime to be in ordeals or something like that.
The only thing I would like to have before I went into waterfall is a warp or exit.
That would be handy. That's the hope. But I don't think we have seen warp or exit.
WindFox, on the other hand, headed for Volcano.
Saracen finding that Mud Goals rolled nuke.
Well, that means you found one. It means you found the nuke.
Found one of the nukes. And they also have frost. Those Mud Galls, oh boy, are not playing nice.
Yeah, Skyfloor of Topher is going to be pretty dangerous.
And let's not forget, Mud Goals can also be a spike tile. So, ooh, this is shaping up to be a very radioactive seed.
Potentially, depending on where our runners are in the encounter table when they get to Earth floor and Sky floor.
And the robot has the hot dog. Or if you're not playing,
which is our Ruby.
Rods for sale in on rack for $35,000.
That's a good bit of money.
Yep. And it's the poor robot with Saracen having warped out is just going to be holding onto that hot dog forever because no one is going to pick that up because Titans is not incentivized. And Saracen going to Volcano over Ordeals. Following behind WindFox.
That's a zombie detail. That's actually a pretty decent... That's actually pretty decent to get a bunch of XP out of, and it's a completely safe tile.
That it is. And if they can go down and punch carry, get some money, go grab that rod, punch Lich, hop back. So, quick grind. And they're not too thick. I have feelings about this.
I have feelings that the best grind is the grind you find, and Saracen just found it.
Yes? Yes, he did. WindFox finding a wild Aga. And having swapped out the ninja for a white mage at some point. And if I'm not mistaken, swapped out their black belt for a black mage.
Yeah.
So, an interesting thing to note.
Well, unless the flags include some sort of a fix, in air quotes, for the black belt master MDef, you don't want the master.
They do actually. So, the fix now has black belts get 3 MDef per level, and the master gets 4 in this flag set.
Then you definitely want that master, or at least I would.
Yes, I would definitely take that master,
because Punch Mage goes BERT.
The punch cannon goes BERT, indeed. Now, the other downside to swapping in those 2 mages is they come in unpromoted. The only way to promote is to go to Bahamut, who is angry at everyone and has been drinking his protein. Meanwhile, WindFox going to take the fight to carry. You got a defense sword, a fast, a light axe, and a dead black mage. Tier 4 on that fighter to keep him going. Good plan. Light axe. Cherry deletes the red mage. Red wizard. As Serisangg gets the crystal, so they can go to Matoya's, which will give them possibly the chime, possibly the defense sword, possibly the masa.
I think I actually like Saracen's play of downing carry before going to do this, before trying to take that any kind of a grind.
Oh, absolutely. It is the smart play because that gets you an XP bonus. Means your grind is faster. Oh, Masa's in Sky and Defense was in Sarda. Of course, we've seen that. So,
and
Matoya
that's
has
a womp.
the crown. That's a womp. Oh, yeah. So, WindFox has to either go to on-rack or try for ordeals. Meanwhile, Serisangg, about to wipe to carry. It looks like. That black belt, 2 hits for 16 damage is not... Oh, there he goes. 2 for 123.
Yeah, but looks like that black belt's gotten, that defense sword has done some work for Serisangg.
Yeah, they've got their evade up just in... Nope, there's the crits.
Nope, not quite enough.
No. But it did look like Carrie just had a lot of punch.
Yeah, it looked like Carrie just was punchy. WindFox going to check Caravan and OnRack, and going to find out that he does not have enough cash to buy that rod.
No, but he has gear he can sell from all those chests he picked up.
True.
But first he's going to go check the robot and find the ruby.
And Serisangg gonna hit. Is that a wild agama?
That is a wild egg. WindFox finding a gas D in Waterfall. Serisangg finding the mage tile.
And the mummy tile.
Picking up their crystal once again. As soon as the mummies stop trying to stop everyone. And round 2 for Carrie.
Once again, that defense sword is gonna look to do some work. Oh.
And Carrie immediately detonates the black belt, seeing what's coming.
And the ninja.
Ooh.
This carry's pretty tough.
This Carrie is brutal. This Carrie took lessons from Kraken, but the red wizard pulls it out with fades for days. Serisangg has lit their first orb, and they are on their way to Matoya to learn about the wand. Quick stop at the Party Inflation Center.
And
WindFox making their way straight towards Kraken. It looks like.
yes, that is the correct direction for that. Now, WindFox made a very slight error there. If he had gone up to step in front of that door, he would have gotten an extra step encounter free. So, encounter table manipulation, if you consider a deck of 256 cards, every step you take, you turn over a card on that deck. Only on certain steps will you get encounters, and that is set in the RNG of the seed. We have blue stake off the hard reset.
Oh boy.
So I believe the current the correct words would be, oh my.
Oh my, yes.
because blue stake off the hard reset is a blue stake three or four steps off a hard reset is nope. We're doing that. That's your grind.
Yeah, that's your grind. You take that to the moon. I would do an approximation of what Serisangg is doing and selling off a bunch of gear. I would do it to grab that rod out of on-rack and go punch Lich Room.
Yep. Get that rod out of on-rack. Punch Lich in the face.
Yep, there we go. Meanwhile, WindFox about to anger an octopus.
Yeah, that's what I would do. That's what I would be doing, Thavion, and that, I believe, is what Serisangg is doing. Earth, then grind.
Yeah, you know where to get blue stakes off of the hard reset. Kraken is doing Kraken things.
Yeah, Kraken is kind of doing Kraken 2 things. Oh, 14.
That was 18 hits for, it looked like 1,400 damage.
Yeah.
On the black mage. Why, Kraken? Why?
And fire 2.
Fire. Did Kraken and Carry switch places? 19 hits for 1,500 explodes the Red Wizard. That fighter doing their best.
Yeah. But that Kraken is ugly.
Oh, and sleep. I mean, he needed the nap, thank you. And that black mage is now out of magic and down to punch strats. Meanwhile, Serisangg deleting a vampire.
Four hits for 9 damage.
Oh.
That just doesn't. That's. Ouch.
And Serisangg finds the Oxio in Vampire's incentive chest. Womp womp.
Womp.
This is a thick Kraken.
Meanwhile, Serisangg just about to get to a speed bump.
In this case, it's not so much a speed bump as an on-ramp to Punchtown.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the on-ramp. This is the on-ramp to punch. This is the on-ramp to Punchville. WindFox does manage to get a Kraken down.
Wow. So that's calamari for days.
And that pretty much guarantees Chime is going to be in ordeals.
Yep. Thavion pointing out that Kraken had 1,500 health.
That is some spicy calamari.
Yeah. Saracen lights their second orb. House is up, and are they heading for their grind, or are they heading back to Onrak?
Headed to Onrak.
They're gonna go try punching a Kraken. Oh no. And WindFox, to answer chat, yes, WindFox has not, I don't believe, picked up the rod. I think they forgot about it.
Oh,
Oh no.
Red Sahags with Squint.
Yep. Squintsahags. WindFox finding their white shirt. Can't put it on anyone. But going to the superstore to quickly pick up and equip their mages.
Iggy? That Red Sahag is not friendly.
No, C is not friendly. Saracen going to visit our old friend Bubbles, possibly. Might be just grabbing the incentive chest and leaving.
That is the cube that we already know.
Yep. So... are they looking for access to Sky?
Yes.
Oh. Chime to get go mode.
Chime is his go mode.
True. And it has the Mossad that they can throw on that black belt to help with the grind early on.
Yes, to help with the early part of that grind.
So, we are about to see a pillar maze. Get your guesses out in chat. Which pillar is it going to be? I'm seeing 2s. I'm seeing a 3. I see a 1.
I'm gonna say a bottom. 1. Bottom 1, top. This is another one of those places where warp would be really nice to have.
That it would. Bottom 1, top.
Bottom 1, top, bottom.
Bottom 1, top, bottom. Oh boy. Oh, hey, a zombie dude. We know where we can find those. Hey, a zombie dude. We know where we can find those. WindFox, hot on Saracen's heels. Werewolves. Finds the chime. There we go.
Saracen now into levels and go mode.
Will WindFox pick the right pillar? They will.
Hey. Sorry, there was a cat doing things he shouldn't.
Kitty.
Saracen heads for the blue stake. Will it grind? Yes, it will grind.
It will grind eventually. It looks like the ninja and the knight are using punch straps and are apparently naked, judging by how hard that hit.
Well, this is how you get a grind going.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And it is skinny for a blue stake. So that grind's going to get going a little faster than normal.
That it is. Let's see how this goes. There goes the knight. Meanwhile, WindFox out of ordeals. Probably heading to Sky next to loot and go. Fortunately, it doesn't look like the blue stakes have anything besides chomp.
Now on 100 to 200, I'm gonna say I go all the way to 42.
That would be the smart thing. I could see going maybe 40 and picking up the extras on your way through Topher on the way to Chaos.
I wouldn't want to take the risk, and with it being 100 to 200%, I want to be able to punch. I want to be able to know I'm going to be able to punch speed bump 2 in one turn.
Absolutely. I'm with you on this. We might be able to see the best reason to do an overworld grind here in a moment, depending on how this stake does. Nope. Looks like we won't. The best part of the overworld grind is you save after every fight. You lose nothing if you die.
You have no risk.
Ooh. Unfortunately, they keep ambushing for Serisangg.
Yeah.
But it looks like 2 turns of defense sword manages to keep that black belt alive, while WindFox makes their way through the snowflake floor.
WindFox going through spider floor doesn't. Did WindFox pick up that massa?
I did not see. Chad is informing us that yes, he did.
Okay. Sorry, I was watching for the 1 turn for when we get to the 1 turn kill. We're at 1 turn kill on that on the blue stake.
Yep, the blue stake is now going into the blender,
and it's not doing enough damage to Saracen to.
Saracen is now going to take this to the moon. And WindFox finds Warmac.
Those war chickens out in chat. And yes, Phoenix Phoenix in chat points out, or Odron and Phoenix in chat point out, that blue stake grind is a fast grind. Because, I mean, look, it's almost 15,000 XP per fight.
That it is, and it's great to just one turn, oh look, a level. One turn, oh look, 2 turns, oh look, a level.
Yeah.
They're at 32 already. They're at the penultimate break.
Yeah, they're at 8 hits. And still getting a level each fight.
And that's without the other 2 orbs there.
Yeah, and that's on 2 orbs.
You know, WindFox trying their best to kill a dragon, while the dragon kills the black mage, surprising no one.
And yes, Serisangg is going to take this to 42.
I don't blame him, not in the slightest.
I would. I
It's
might
the
even
smart
think
play.
about. I might even think about taking it to about 46 and getting the pseudo ribbon,
Ah,
maxing out that MDef.
it's another good play. But WindFox has made it through Tiamat. Now just needs to break the Earth Orb, and they will be in go mode. Assuming they can remember where the rod is.
And that is 42. And he is going to solo black belt this guy.
Can at 42 with the black belt with
The-
these.
I love the disrespect. I love the pure disrespect in this.
They're not so much heading up the tower to fight a dragon as picking up the tower and throwing it at the dragon.
Rod is the shop item in on rack.
And WindFox appears to have forgotten where it was.
I love the way that restreamer Thavion Hawk put it in chat. Defense sword and beef.
Absolutely. And Rube's in chat pointing out that if you put that black belt in slot 1, some of these creatures might morale break. Oh, and an eye, just for the topping.
Just for good measure.
The icing on this beefcake. And another one.
Beefcake.
And Serisangg ignoring the Masa, just going. They have a 42 black belt.
Why get the Masa? You've got a 42 black belt.
Thavian in chat pointing out that 2 eyes equals 1 blue stake.
And takes out those sparkly vampires because that's really good XP.
Absolutely. And WindFox going to fight Bahamut.
And Serisangg is going to take a war chicken.
Why not?
6 for 1,200, 5 for 1,000. That's 4,200. There's our pseudo ribbon. And triple 9 health.
Bahamut, meanwhile, damage poison on WindFox's party. Did Saracen not even defense sword, just held A? Yeah. Saracen just held A.
Yep. Yep. Punch Mage goes.
Saracen cast Fist. It's super effective.
Yeah, pretty
WindFox,
much.
making it through Bahamut, promoting that white mage and black mage into their wizard counterparts.
Saracen maxing out on health potions. The only question left in my mind: are we going to see the same disrespect to Kraken?
I can't imagine we wouldn't.
Yes.
No.
Nope. I mean, I can kind of see doing that.
It's what I would do. Because there's a lot of packs.
He remembers those red Sehags.
Yep.
It is possible to get that 3 in 256.
True. But there's also a lot of packs down here, and some of them are scary.
Some of them are pretty nasty.
Finally making their way into Earth, while Saracen swims down into the deeps to go dismantle a Cractopus. Come on, Saracen, you're almost there. And damage poison rolling through, blowing up that fighter.
Punch Mage rolls on.
Yeah, Punch Mage got patched up by the Red Wizard. Moving on.
Fast. Is Kraken even going to get a chance to cast fast? Nope.
No. But they did do a third of that Punch Mage's health in one attack. Just as a note.
I mean, true.
And now Saracen is going to go dismantle the Temple of Fiends, and you will once again get a chance to see the googly eyes in action.
Okay, I need to start playing with that fun percent flag.
It is the best fun percent flag. Another shout out to our wonderful devs who take our jokes and make them real. Meanwhile, WindFox just fading Lich into oblivion.
And there goes a Lich. There goes a speed bump. This race is, and what you've seen in this race, this is why I'm a black belt fan.
Oh, absolutely. Having come to this from vanilla, having come to FFR from vanilla, and only hearing about the Punch Mage and the changes that were made, as opposed to playing it, you don't really understand how much difference it makes until you switch away from the fighter into the black belt for a seed and see just how much faster it goes when you find that.
Just think of how great that black belt would be with a plus hit percentage blessing.
Or hurt all.
Or both.
Or both. Oh, that if the plus hit percent already elevates it to an almost have to take it.
Well,
Hurt
the
all
plus hit percent, whether it's 10 or 20, will get you to 12 hits.
True.
And punch and wait, and there goes a speed bump.
There goes a what?
Exactly.
I had to rub my eyes. I missed something. And Punch Mage casting at the Red Giant Agama pack. Punch Mage.
That was an X-Cal -2 there in the loot plate room.
Validation chest for X-Cal. I like it. And a 4-pack of zombie bees for WindFox for some last moment levels.
And punching through the red dragon pack.
Now, did I see correctly? I think that black belt is at 49 at this point.
Punch, wait. Are the boss strats here?
Yeah.
There's a red speed bump. We had a brown and blue speed bump. Now we had a red speed bump.
They really wanted you to know you should slow down.
Now we're gonna have a tentacled speed bump.
Seafood party pack, throwing out damage poison all day. Trying desperately to stop that punch cannon rolling through.
And what good's it gonna do? We've got a What good's it really gonna do? We've got a punch cannon.
Two boxes of band-aids. And something to make the punch cannon punch faster.
And there goes Kraken too.
I barely processed that was there at all as WindFox is going over their speed bump. Tia punch 8 hits for 5,100 damage. It looked like.
No, 500 and some damage.
Ah, okay. It flickers
16
by so
hits.
fast.
16 hits for 2,100, and there goes.
Oh boy.
There's no fast for chaos. Yes, there is, because the ninja has it.
The ninja had fast. Oh no. And the ninja gets paralyzed. 3 hits for 529.
3 for 529.
Punch weight. 118 and swirl. Taking out the red wizard. Punch weight. 3 hits 465. Fire 3. Punch weight.
Punch weight.
2 hits 244. 145.
45. Punch weight. 2 for 500.
Detonates the night. 3 for 389.
Just hold A and punch.
They're just boxing at this point, swing and swing and swing back and forth. And there
we go.
For 908 damage, terminated. Get your GGs out in chat.
Serisangg. Serisangg, our winner, with an official race time GG time of 1:02:50.
Nice, very well done.
Hello.
And there he is, the Duckling Don himself, Serisangg.
Heck this seed.
And it looked like WindFox immediately forfeits.
Blue
I don't
stake off
blame
the
him.
hard. Blue stake off the hard reset. Punch Mage goes burnt.
So, WindFox and I were talking a little bit in the race room, but I do not know if there was as much early game adversity for WindFox as there was for me, because that seed seemed to take it personal. My personal favorite of the horrible decisions I made was going into Waterfall and getting bounced by mud goals with nuke repeatedly, and then finding out it was just the Ruby.
Oh, I never saw those.
They were off the hard reset and also off of the I just walked back in.
Yeah, I didn't see the bad stuff you told me. I didn't see any of that.
The death touch slimes, the like.
Nope, didn't see that.
Yeah, this seed, man, it was
the stone touch red sahags.
I didn't mind those on the theory that I was going to use those to go do the grind, but I misremembered the hint, and I was like, oh yeah, one of the sky pieces is there. But at the beginning of the seed, you know, in retrospect, when you're not on the I'm in the middle of a race runner's high, I realized that the hint was, oh yeah, it's worthless. You have it as a starting item. So, like, I walked all the way to the incentive box in C, saw that it was like the TNT, or no, it was the cube.
It was the cube,
which was the starting item for the fighter, I think.
Yeah.
And then I just windmill slammed reset and was like, all right, I'm boned. What do I do now?
What do I do now?
And eventually I decided to test those T-Rexes in the bottom left quadrant off the hard reset. And they had like 400 hit points.
The blue stakes were thin tonight.
They were deliciously thin.
You know, it's funny. I commented like 5 minutes into the race when we saw there was an encounter 3 steps off the hard reset. That makes an overworld grind very viable.
Yeah, I had a poor experience with one of those asyncs though, where like all 4 of the desert tiles were stake and wings, and the stake had like 800 hit points. And then I walked up and found Agama or I or something on the tile. I think it was the one where it was the Agama on the sky spike tile. And so, you know, I'm leery of the overworld grind, and I was even testing for the Spell Zap special, which is the Northern Rivers. I checked a couple of places, and then I saw the T-Rexes, and I was like, oh, well, you know, that's going to be the thing. It was funny just rolling that up from defense sword strats.
It looked... We watched it go, and I wasn't sure how well it was going to take with how often it was ambushing you.
Yeah, the ambushes were spooky.
But
it was definitely, I'm going to just go to 42. I'm going to blaze through Sky with a solo black belt. Then I'm going to go revive an on-rack, and, you know, I have the Oxyel already, and just go from there. And then you know, I had my face cam on for the stream the whole time, and just, never comes up, right? But the look on my face when I saw the damage poison in the seafood pack, and I was just like, oh, just one more thing for Topher. Because the mud goals could come in and nuke on first turn, and then the damage poison on those guys, like, it was gonna be gross.
Yeah, there was a lot of potential gross in that Topher.
There was.
The Warmack, just because it was there, was kind of nice too.
That was.
I mean, yeah.
Why wouldn't you? You had a punch cannon. You had a punch cannon, and it walked in front of you.
And that Warmack got you to pseudo ribbon.
That is true. The plus 40 hit points also did a little bit of work there too, like in terms of having the health to start the grind up, because I was kind of chewing through houses to try to keep up with the damage it was doing on the ambushes.
Yeah, that was real money sink. Out of curiosity, did you not want to take the zombie D grind in Volcano?
I think I took it one time on my first dive in Volcano, and I was just like, there'll be something better than this. The zombie Ds were very reasonable, though.
They were thin, and they were there. I have feelings about that because of earlier today. Our restreamer Thavian Hawk reminding us 444 hit points for the zombie Ds. Not as thin as the T-Rex. The T-Rex apparently was thinner.
Yeah, the T-Rexes were so skinny.
Lit 2 creeps, though.
I mean, I don't worry about creeps. I worry about actual things, and those are things that show up in Topher and are going to surprise me and make me reset the whole dungeon. And the mud goals just had me so worried.
Well, final thoughts? Final thoughts from our winner tonight, Serisangg?
GG, I didn't expect the win. Every minute that Topher crept on, it just felt worse. Yeah, GG, thank you for the restream. I know it was kind of short notice because we arranged this earlier today. Much appreciated.
And final thoughts, WindFox?
Yeah, GG Serisangg. Thank you, Ikir, for my probably eventual matchup versus Woobear. I was hoping to win this one so I could avoid Woobear.
How about from my co-commentator Theanar?
Final thoughts, GG's both of you guys. It's easy to see how you've been so well known in the community with times like this, going in through seeds like this.
And for myself, reminder to everyone that we have a great program called the Duckling Program. Serisangg himself runs it. You get people that are very experienced helping to teach you how to beat them. Very welcoming community, very friendly community. This was an interesting seed to watch. I'm intrigued to see these SGL flags in future races. This was a lot of fun. Thank you to our tracker Wildham, our restreamer Avion Hawk. On behalf of all the community, on behalf of my co-commentator Thanar, thanks for watching, and good night, everybody.